Sri Lanka.
Excellencies, esteemed delegates, Sri Lanka's historically tolerant and egalitarian culture makes us naturally receptive to the institutions and practices of modern democracy. We are the oldest democracy in Asia, with universal adult franchise being practiced for both men and women as far back as 1931. For over 7 decades since independence, we have governed through democratic institutions which are enshrined in our Constitution, such as representative government, separation of powers, and an independent judiciary. Constitutionally guaranteed rights and freedoms are justiciable through our independent court system. Our elected leaders have been accountable to the people at regular intervals and following free and fair elections with high voter participation, orderly transition of power at local, provincial, and national levels have taken place. Democracy everywhere is work in progress, including in Sri Lanka. We have also had to protect these institutions from challenges and threats. In the north and east of the country, we have restored democracy and freedom of expression, suppressed for decades by terrorism. More recently, our people showed restraint and ensured a peaceful transition of power within a democratic constitutional and institutional framework following widespread social protest. Democratic rights and liberties must be exercised with responsibilities and duties towards others and towards society. We have also realized an ecosystem for meaningful participation by the people in democratic life by creating space for vibrant print and electronic media in all languages, as well as vigilant and active civil society from grassroots to national levels in all parts of the country. Furthermore, successive governments have invested heavily in human development, allowing for meaningful and enlightened participation by all citizens in social and political life, reflected in our high standards of gender equality, healthcare, education for men and women, and life expectancy, among others. Despite the recent economic challenges and the resulting restriction on fiscal space, we are committed to ensuring social protection for the vulnerable through initiatives such as Aswasuma Social Welfare Program, the Suraksha Program, extending insurance coverage to school children, and the newly launched Urume Program to restore land rights. Economic recovery has restored stability and security, and we will establish a sustainable economy where growth benefits all. Simultaneously, we are taking measures to strengthen national unity, post-conflict reconciliation, and human rights, as well as to strengthen governance and increase transparency in order to guard against corruption and other vulnerabilities. At this summit for democracy, we must also speak up for democracy, justice, and equity in the international system. In order to realize peace, security, and development for the vast majority of the global population, we must eradicate global disparities and ensure that no one and no country is left behind. Unrepresentative international structures of global governance and finance, which continue to serve the interests of a few, must be reformed. We need climate justice and financing for the energy transition to bridge the global digital and technological divides and rescue the SDGs. We must also abide by the rules and institutions for free trade that seek to create a level playing field for international trade while providing just handicaps for unequal players. Freedom must also extend to the global commons, allowing freedom of navigation for trade and prosperity of all. Today, it's clear that democracy is in retreat and at risk in its developed and prosperous strongholds as a result of growing popular intolerance fueled by the outcomes of crisis, debt, and poverty in the global south. The right to self-determination must be realized for the people of Palestine, along with security for all states in the region. I thank you.